What's up? So, you know me. Personally, I love talking about morals, ethics, and just certain philosophies when it comes to living life. Today, we're talking about probably one of the most important ones, in my opinion. Probably one of the most important ones in general. We're talking about integrity. Now, what is integrity? Integrity is having those morals, principles, those values, having that overall character, keeping it consistent, but more importantly, keeping it true to yourself. Now, when it comes to people who have integrity, they tend to be people who listen to themselves, listen to their own morals, ethics, values, and all of those, which that's what makes them a consistent character. It's what makes them a person of integrity. Another way to describe integrity is by saying what you do in the dark will always come out to light. Or 20% of the work you put in is shown and 80% goes unnoticed, which, that's very true. It's just how life is. We spend months building buildings, and once they're made, all we see are the buildings. We don't see how long it took to make them. We don't see none of that. If we look at art, we don't think of the process it took. Some people just splash art. Some people take their time and. But that's very important because we have to remember, just in everyday life, we have to remember we don't see everything. Kind of like with the iceberg, we only see the tip of the iceberg. We only see the surface of someone's life. Then you go deeper and deeper, but you're not gonna go deep with everybody. Like, yeah, first of all, people don't want you to. Second of all, you just don't have enough time in the day. But because everybody has this little shallow level that the world can see, integrity is important. Because let's say from the surface, you see someone has integrity. When they're gone, not in the room, then when you come back, you see that they've been consistent on their shit. And the only place I could really think of it is a student or a worker. Like, let's use a high school student. And having integrity when it comes to school and your grades would be, I want to pass. You don't want to pass for anybody else. It's not because your parents will beat your ass if you get bad grades. It's because you want to pass. You tell yourself, I want to do this. I want to succeed. So then you start to set yourself on the course to get good grades. Now, I want to use integrity in the metaphor of your moral compass, because I really think that's what it is. A lot of people, well, for starters, a lot of people just don't have integrity. And then a lot of people don't follow their moral compass. A lot of people, and I know this, people know when they're doing something wrong. I will always say this: you know if you're doing something wrong or right. And when you make the wrong action, you feel it on the inside. If you make the right action, you feel it on the inside. Now, people will numb themselves to it. And, a lot of people live their lives trying to numb out that, oh, I know I made the wrong decision, but I'm going to ignore how it felt because, I don't know, it made benefits in other areas. And that is when you start lacking integrity. That's when you start skewing your own moral compass, when you don't do something because you want to, when you don't do something because you feel like you want to do it, when you give up part of yourself to get something else. Like, I can't use a student in this scenario, but I could say a worker. Let's say you work stupid hours for a job. You put in the work, you make sure everything is like neat in the store, everything's perfect to regulations. Having integrity would be, okay, boss isn't here, I'm still gonna be on the top of my game, because if one machine functions well, then the whole team can. And then, it gets difficult on the side when you have to deal with other people. But what you're saying, in a hypothetical world, if everybody had integrity, things would be working well. Doesn't matter. World, it's not really working like that. But we could start off with us. Hey, as long as one person has integrity, that it gives more people hope, right? So when it comes to integrity, it's really that when nobody's looking, are you still putting in the work? Because in the end, the work doesn't matter to anybody else. You don't just put out work to show to other people. Artists, yes, there's artists that paint and put out music just to get the numbers. I may put out YouTube videos and get views, but in the end, it all comes down to why you're doing it, your morals, your reasoning behind it, your intentions behind it. You don't just want to make money off it. You don't just want to do it just because it's profitable. Like, it's a form of art, it's a form of expression. And we do it because it's something we genuinely like to do, and it shows up in the way we present our stuff. Like, for me, it's about the process. And when you get caught up in, oh, I want to do it for the money, I want to do it for the physical stuff outside of me, that's when you start to lose your internal compass, because you're not following your heart. You're following the money, you're chasing the things that look good. You're not following yourself. You're not following the straight line that you're supposed to go on. And that's really what integrity is. Like, following your internal system and not letting things outside of you skew your decision. Like, whether it's people, whether it's places, things, your own ideas. Like, you have to understand who you are, why you do what you do, and who you want to become. You have to know how to fix your compass if it's like getting a little out of whack. Then there's those out here that are morally corrupt, that run around here with their compasses all out of whack, thinking east is north and south is west. Like, come on. These people, I would consider them demons, because they just run around here just doing whatever. And yeah, the morally lost, the morally corrupt, they would be considered demons. They don't have God in their life. But these people are a problem for those that do have their morals and everything set, because you know how they say one bad apple will rotten the bunch or spoil the bunch? That saying could be true. You know how people say birds of a feather flock together? That saying could be true. You know how people say, okay, bro, there's so many examples to where the people you're around rub off on you, whether you know it or not. It may even bleed off on you, and then all of a sudden, oh snap, it's all over me. I didn't even see that. Like, I got my friend's character all over me. Like, if you're around loving people and you're a dickhead, eventually the love will start to beat you down, and you'll stop being a dickhead. You can't over love someone to stop them from being a certain way. But if they're in a community full of people, hey, someone's gonna win, and it's gonna be love. Love always wins. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying, remember that. But back to the point. For the people out here that are lost, they will either A, try to find someone who will help them, guide them on course, but a lot of people that are lost don't want to stay on course. Or they'll continue to be lost, not give a fuck. Which, okay, you do you, it's your decision, you have free will. Then there's the ones we don't like. The ones that try and pull you off your course, even though you're going straight and you're doing fine. It's like, homeboy, just because your compass is bad, don't try to fuck mine up. And it's serious. Like, no metaphor. There's people in life like that. They see you're successful, or at least you look like you're successful. People only see what's that 20%. People don't know the other 80% of hard work, the past. People don't know what you've put in to get to where you're at. People only see you for what they know of you and how they see you right now. And their own perception of you. So in the end, nobody really knows you. But don't ever let someone's own morals and internal compass affect yours. Unless they're giving you genuine criticism, constructive criticism. There's bashing someone. Then there's constructive criticism. You would know if someone's just shitting on you or if someone's genuinely trying to help you. And if you don't, fix your compass. But these people are destructive mainly for the fact that they will take you off your path, and they may mask it like, oh, it's fun. Oh, you're not having a good time, but hey, your decision of a good time could be different than someone else's decision of a good time. Especially if you're looking at your compass and your compass is calm and fixed and straight. Their version of fun is a compass that's going haywire. Just saying. But let's get on to why do we want to have good morals? Why would we want to have integrity in the first place? It's getting windy. 1 second. Okay. Now, why would we want to have integrity? First of all, it's crazy that you asked that. But the reason why we don't just want to not have integrity is, well, integrity isn't, like I said earlier, it's not about other people. It's not about, oh, I got to look good for others. Integrity is all about, I want to look good for myself. I want to be able to trust myself. I'm with me 100% of the time. So why would I lie to myself? Why would I not have integrity when it comes to my own actions? Like, if I'm working for a job, I could fuck around, but when I get home and it's my life, when I'm handling my finances, my communications, my business ordeals, like whatever, then it's serious. But a lot of people don't have certain ethics, morals, values, and it really shows just how you move through life. And the more you develop who you are, the more you stand on certain boundaries, certain characteristics and beliefs and philosophies that you just think are true. And remember, your character could always change, but as long as you stand true to how you feel, who you are, as long as you don't stray away from your path, you should be fine in life. Like, others may try and put you on their path, but as long as you stay true to your own path, I think you would enjoy life. Personally, that's just me. And it's really like control. A lot of people try to control shit. Like, if we're just gonna be real, a lot of people don't like people of integrity because, oh, you don't believe in the fucked up ways like, you don't believe in the fucked up things I believe, so I'm gonna villainize you because you're against me. And that's really how people just be thinking, which in a way is morally corrupt. It's like, if your values don't align with mine, go somewhere else with it. I'll go somewhere else with it. We don't got to deal with each other. But people who are morally corrupt, they'll tend to want to be with those who are morally aligned because it'll either make them morally aligned, chances are they don't learn, or they just want to throw you off your course because chances are they don't give a fuck. And sucks to say, a lot of people are like that, but a lot of people are like that. So I have to say that. I got to keep y'all aware. And I'm about to wrap it up, but big thing to watch out for is the people that try to throw you off your compass. They try to do it mentally. They will try to get in your head, play with your feelings, play with your thoughts. They'll try to make you second guess yourself when you know how you feel. You should be trusting your gut. You should be trusting your instinct. You should be following your moral compass. But hey, in the end, we need to work on our moral compass because building that integrity will build our trust in ourselves. Not necessarily needing to trust in the community, but as an individual, we'll be able to have a stronger foundation in who we are as a person, to where even if we don't have anything outside of us, we're still strong in self. And that's really what it is. Being a person of integrity is just really having a strong character and defending your character, not being stubborn or fucking ignorant with it. Like, there's ways to defend your character because it's being attacked, and then defend your character because, nigga, you're wrong and you don't want to accept it. So it's like, you got to know which side you're on. But yeah, integrity is important. If I want to bring it down into one sentence, other than the one sentences I've used before, integrity is important because you need to learn how to trust yourself. Simple as that. So with that being said, hope you all learned something. Hope you guys liked, subscribed, and check out the Patreon, link in the description. I'll see y'all later.